Hey guys, this is Sadik here, and welcome to our channel. And as always, Farad, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Sadik. Happy to be here on your channel, and thank you for inviting me like always.
Thank you so much, Farad, for being with us. So, guys, this has been this was a happy, and as kind of a happening year for us, 2021, that we had some amazing films, specifically from the southern part of India. I won't say South India, but the southern part of India, which has produced some amazing films. So, we primarily discussed about Malayalam, Tamil, and Telugu. But one industry which has always, I think, has been always underrated is Kannada cinema. So at the end of the year, I heard about this film called Garuda Gamana Vrishabha Vahana. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing or not pronouncing it well. So this is one Kannada film which I just heard about and I didn't knew how it is. So I'm glad that this film just released in the second week of January on Z5. And thanks again, Farad, for reminding me that this film is coming and I was able to watch it, and I'm glad that it's an amazing film. Kannada industry always produces some gems, specifically if you see in the action zone, because I have seen a few of the 80s movies, especially starring Ambrish, which was Antha and which was Chakravyuh. So two, three films, and I think a few more in the 90s, including Om and others. So I'm glad that Kannada industry is coming back to specifically all thanks to KGF, that it has created such so much hype. So now we'll review this amazing film called Garuda Gamana Vrishabha Vahana. So so let's start regarding this review. So Farad, I'll just like to ask you that can you just summarize about this film, or giving a more of a spoiler-free review that you always do. So can you just summarize it?
Yeah, so we get to the summarization. I would just like to say that I have also written a review, like always, on my website, Popcorn Reviews. And so, Sadik, you can leave the review link in the description box below. So, the film that is there, let's call it GGVV, okay,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
simplification.
yeah,
So GGVV is essentially a gangster film, which comprises of two friends, Hari and Shiva,
hmm,
uh, and basically the film follows a trajectory where their friendship is put to test. I can
yeah,
just summarize that in one line. Amidst all the greed and politics in that area in which they are brought up in.
yeah.
So that is primarily the one liner that is there, and what an exceptional film. I mean, I am so impressed by this absolute gem. I think in my review also I'd written, Sadik, that this is probably the best gangster film that I've seen since Gangs of Wasseypur. You
Wow.
know, it is like an amazing, and I mean, you can put even the Hollywood ones or any gangster films together, and this will feature right up there because so many things to like about it. Firstly, the narrative style is so special here, like
Yeah,
the to and fro narration that is there. It briefly gives you a glimpse about how they started. You are able to judge them, and the characters are starkly different. The friends that are there, Shiva and Hari, they're starkly different from each other. Hari is that cold, calculated, calm demeanor with a cold stare, and Shiva is totally opposite. He's doesn't speak much, but he's absolutely ruthless and goes all out. He's a very violent soul, you can say. So stark personalities, and it was such a. I mean, I'm at a loss of words. Very early on in your podcast, it is that great of a film. I mean, it is an instant masterpiece, is what I had written in my review. So, Sadik,
yeah.
what do you think of the narrative style? Like, I mean, I did see a few comments saying that it is too slow, or it is almost like any other gangster movie. So what do you make of that?
I think the narrative style was good, and obviously it was in Kannada language, so obviously I had to watch the subtitles. But if I see the film, because narration to me, I think it was slightly better than Gangs of Wasseypur. Because Gangs of Wasseypur, the narration was good, but I think at times it was slow. But this, even though I didn't understand the language, but I think the tone and the manner in which it was narrated, so I did like it. for me, I think the narration was good. I'm not sure if people have criticized it or not, but
Did
yeah,
you find it slow?
not really. I think it was okay. It was relevant to
Very
the
fast
pace of the
paced, I
film.
think.
Yeah, it was relevant to the
Yeah,
pace.
yeah,
If not really fast, then it was at least relevant to the pace of the film.
okay.
Yeah.
And Sadiq, I also wanted to know from you, what did you make of the background music? The background music for me, I think, was very pulsating. So, what are
Yeah.
your thoughts on that?
Yes, obviously the background music was amazing, and because the background music is always at the core or at the heart of the obviously when we see the gangster movies. If you've seen some famous gangster movies in the past, if you see like Satya, if you see even Parinda, because Parinda was not really famous for its background score, but it was still good. Then again, coming to Gangs of Wasipur, again the iconic soundtrack, the BGM, because BGM is always essential. Then again, Vada Chennai, if you've seen in the past, that in the last two
Ah,
three years,
what a Chennai.
Vada Chennai
Yeah, yeah,
had a good BGM, even though the stories are totally different from each other. But I think the Vada Chennai BGM was good, as always it is in every Vetri Maran movies. So again, yeah, the BGM of this movie was also good. And I don't remember the music director of this, because he did a really good job for this film. So yeah, he did do a really good job for the
and I just
composition.
wanted to add. Yeah, sorry, I cut you.
Nani, you can go ahead.
So I just wanted to add one more thing. The music that was there, especially in that first half, mild spoilers ahead, in which Shiva is smashing that head of that one person. Let's keep
Ha,
it open.
ha,
Smashing the head of a person, and
ha.
there's this classical music that is playing in the background. So that actually
Ah,
made it so
ah,
poetic. I mean, that was like a masterstroke. Whoever's thought of that, is amazing. That to actually give a classical feel to a very violent scene, which is so unlike. We actually, just to give you a perspective again, that in the past we have seen uh, sequences, even the action sequences in which old songs are recreated with a
yeah,
new tonality. But here it was like a classical song that was there in a very violent scene. So I mean that is a master stroke here. The
yeah,
way it was shot, I mean the slow mos that were there, and the reaction of everyone. Oh my God,
yeah,
it had me sold right there.
yeah,
So it was
yeah. Thoroughly impressed by this. So Farad, I wanted to ask you about the cinematography of this film. I mean, how did you find it?
oh
Because I think it was the main point of this film. I mean, the
oh
cinematographer
man.
should be regarded as one of the main heroes of this film. Truly brilliant.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. The cinematography was absolutely like top notch here. The frames, that was captured. I'm getting goosebumps while talking, by the way. Honestly speaking, I'm getting goosebumps right from that first scene, where it was raining and there are two individuals that we have no idea who they are sitting in a police van.
Yeah,
You would give an impression that one is a police, one is not, the one who's not sitting, but then turns out they are together.
yeah,
They just come to return the car. So it is just a brilliant, and the way it is shot, in certain scenes as well, there's a reference of shoes. I wouldn't want to give too many spoilers here, but there's a reference of shoes. So each time, to depict violence, shoes were shown. They were covered with blood or something like that. There were frames that were created.
ah,
Even certain frames, coming back to the first scene where it was raining, the way it was shot, there was rain here, the camera was slowly panning down, and then came, they were focusing one on the driving seat, one on the seat next to the driver. So the camera work was like very clear, painting a picture in the mind of the audience as to what the setup actually is. So it was involving, that it was involving the audience into that drama. I think I mentioned the same in my review as well, that one of the strongest aspects of this film was the cinematography. I was very, very impressed by the cinematography. I think this is my favorite, possibly my favorite piece, on par with Churuli, the Malayalam film Churuli that is there. This is, I think, on par with that. It's a very different film to even have a comparison as to which is better, which is not. This is a gangster film. That was a very abstract film, very good film also. but the level of cinematography and the thought that was given to each scene and to capture the frames, even the last shot that was there, that was so poetically shot. The one that we were talking about a little earlier, of Shiva smashing the head of a person, again poetically shot, very poetically shot. Um, I think it was fabulous. I can go on and on, Sadik. On cinematography was absolutely top notch, and it just fills me with so much pride, in which films like these are actually, giving big spinners a run for their money. And of the performances, I think
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
of Rishabh and Raj Shetty is also doubling as the director here.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the first name in that Kannada film, Ondu Motria, something, which is, a hair, which was a film about hair loss. And that was remade in Hindi as Ujda Chaman. So that was the
Ah,
original Kannada film.
yeah, yeah,
That was the first time that I saw, and that was a very, just want to take 30 more seconds in describing that role as well.
yeah,
That role, I think, was someone that, yeah, he was losing his hair, and he's naturally also losing his hair. He's bald,
yeah.
and which is the good thing here, that there's no wig that is there to cover it. It is what it is, and that is what makes an individual, like it was in that film as well. And he used to write poetry. Very affable fellow, in that film. Stark opposite here, a gangster, a ruthless gangster. It will be probably an intimidating performance, Rishabh Shetty also, I think, word for Rishabh Shetty. I saw him earlier, last year. I saw him in the Kannada film Hero. Um, Amazing. And that was like, he was in that funny action comedy kind of a zone that was there. Here
Yeah.
it is a much more stoic role,
Hmm.
very straight faced,
Ah,
and very shrewd, very cold and calculated here, calm demeanor.
yeah.
So here it was a very different role here, and I think he was wonderfully restrained, and they were feeding off so well with each other.
Mhm.
It wasn't as if like one was overpowering the other. It was like they were feeding off very well with each other.
Mhm.
And very rarely you see gangster films, in which there are two protagonists that actually come up on top in equal spaces. It's not like one was overpowering the other or one was a better written part. Both, I think, were excellently penned roles,
Mhm.
And even that inspector that was played by Gopal Krishna Deshpande, very good, very good
Yeah.
acting, very good acting.
Yes, yes. It was
And
amazing.
I think we can go on and on with such a film. I think it's a brilliant gangster drama. I am very impressed by the film. I just binge watched it like straight 2.5 hours straight.
Absolutely. And such films, I mean, pacing of these films is really important. And at times, we, I mean, we sometimes, before watching it, we think that, it may be monotonous or may be a cliche movie and all. But when we see
Yeah,
these films, so we see how the manner in which they are able to, depict those characters and depict the screenplay in the right manner. Even though at times when we read about the synopsis, we think that it's a typical gangster movie or not. But when we see it, then we see that, this is something which we really needed. And at times it really boosts our mood also, because we are so much indulged in those films. And gangster movies for us, I mean, for men, I mean, we are always up for it,
bread and
especially.
butter.
Yeah, especially especially quality gangster films. That's what we always like.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely, and very cerebral also. Like you like that
yeah, yeah,
that mood that is there.
yeah, yeah. Always. The adrenaline rush that these movies provide.
Yeah. And just to talk about the ending for 30 more seconds,
Sure.
did you did you get that vibe of City of God?
Yes,
Did you
yes,
get that right?
yes. Because the setting and all these, if you see the setting and the surroundings, they were so similar. I mean, so raw and so brutal. Because City of God will always be a reference point for any gangster movie for us, because
Any gangster film, yeah,
yeah, because it's so raw, so brutal. I mean, I never thought that I was watching a film when I first watched City of God, because I was like, whoa, it's like a gangster area or a gangster vicinity that I'm watching. So it was at times very similar to that.
I mean that I think if there are any budding writers who are watching a podcast, I think City of God is the film that you should watch for its screenplay.
Yeah,
Amazing screenplay. I think
yeah,
it is a masterclass in screenplay writing. If you want to learn screenplay, I think that is the film that you should study.
yeah, and
And this is also not too far behind. I think the
yeah,
screenplay was pretty good here also.
yeah. And City of God was released way back in 2002, so 20 years back, a Brazilian
2002,
film.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think I watched any other Brazilian film apart from City of God, and I was really amazed.
Nah,
What a
no.
what a raw
Yeah, yeah.
beauty they were able to produce.
Amazing, amazing film. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
Sadik, what is your rating for the film
yeah,
Garuda, Gamna, Vishabha,
yeah.
Vamna,
Okay, so
GGVB?
yeah, so I'll go with a 4 out of 5, because I may have wanted, I may have gone with a bit of higher rating, maybe slightly higher, but I think four still does just justice to this film, because there were still some weak areas in the film which I think could have been improved, because maybe the film was slightly longer, could have been a bit, I mean, the time span could have been a slightly, you can say, under 2 hours 30 minutes, maybe less even. But the pacing was still really good, and at times few scenes, I think, because I don't want to be judgmental because I'm not a filmmaker, but a few scenes were a bit dragged, and a character development could have been slightly better. I mean, not of the lead characters, but of the other characters. But still, overall, if you see, the film is amazing, and this is why I'm going with a 4 out of 5, because amazing film, loved it.
So, I am going a step further. I'm going with 4.5 out of 5. The reason this could have been a 5 on 5 for me as well, but the reason why it isn't is because I agree with that point of yours, that
Yeah,
because the two protagonists were so well written that the characters around them, they were just going a little down,
yeah,
including that one of the inspector, which they did try to spice it up a little.
yeah,
But yeah, somewhere, the impact of the two were, holding the film together. And
yeah,
if, you had other characters say something like, similarly, like Gangs of Wazipur, in which you remember iconic characters, even the side ones, like Perpendicular, Definite, Tangent,
yeah,
and, besides, Sultan and Sardar Khan and Faisal. All these, besides them, there are other characters also that were well etched out here. Of course, the duration was more. It was a 5.5 hour film, if you count part one and part two as one film. Here, I think the two main leads that were there, they were the kingpins, and everyone around them were just walking around. It just went a little down, maybe this much, but still, it's my favorite gangster film after, I think, in the last decade after Wazipur. And you can even include Vada Chennai in this. I like this more than Vada Chennai.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, so this is definitely a 4.5 out of 5. I'm being maybe a little generous, but so be it. And you can check out my review, guys, on my website, popcornreviews.com, again, once more. And thank you for your love there as well. I'm seeing that, people are coming from YouTube. So thank you, Sadiq, for giving me this opportunity also.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you so much, Farad, for joining us. And thank you guys for showing your love. And we hope that you are able to show your love and your sincerity towards us. And I'm really happy for that. So, guys, if you do like our channel and if you do like this video, so please like, share, and subscribe. And you can state in the comment section that the other videos or the other movies that we can review from other parts of the world. So thank you so much, guys, and keep supporting us and keep showing your love. And thanks again, Farad, for joining us. And guys, please do read the review that has been written by Farad. I've posted that in the comment in the description box. And Farad, he has a website called Popcorn Reviews. So it has an amazing plethora of movie reviews. So guys, please watch it. And again, thank you so much.
And remember to like, share, and subscribe the channel. I
Yes,
think
so much, guys, and keep supporting us. So take care and bye.